on today's video, we're going to be breaking down how easy it is to get your driving license in Germany. I've divided this video in 4 steps. Firstly, we're going to talk about registering it at a driving school. Then we're going to get into the theory class, the mandatory driving lessons, and then the exams that eventually lead to you getting your driving license. Hi lovers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Success, Nigerian by birth, German by registration, hence Nigerian German, and you're watching my diary on YT. Now let's dive into step one. For you to register at a driving school, you need these things. You need a valid ID card, whether it's a passport or a residence permit. If you are a EU citizen, your ganz normale Ausweis is enough. Your Ausweis is literally your ID card as well. Now, you need proof of residency, your Wohnungsanmeldung. You get this when you move into a new apartment and you go register for your new apartment address at the registration office. If you don't have this with you, you can always call, make an appointment. I think you pay 20 to 25 euros to get a new copy. Sometimes you might not have to pay, depending on who you meet and how nice they are on that day. Good. Another thing you will need is a biometric passport picture. This is a picture that gets on your driving license eventually. So make sure it's something that is clear, something that is nice, something that you want to look 5 years from now and be like, okay, this is a nice picture. Now, you will need a first aid course, which is a first aid course certificate, which is your Erste Hilfe course certificate. This is a certificate you can get within 8 hours of taking part in a course. You can book this course online. Just write first aid course close to me or your postlight site or your address, and Google will show you different addresses close to your area. Call them, book online, pay, visit the course, and then you get a certificate. Nobody has ever faked this course. You literally just have to watch the first aid responder teach you what to do, and obviously do some practicals with them as well. Apart from that, it's an easy peasy journey. Another thing you will need to do is your eye test report. You need to provide the eye test report, which is a day test document, certificate, whatever you want to call it. You can get this at any glasses shop. So anywhere you get your glasses done, you can easily walk into it. Normally it's free. Most shop will literally test your eye for you, give you like a paper that states how bad and how good your eyes are. And yeah, you need to provide this as well for your driving school. Another thing you will need is your driving license application, which is your Führerschein Antrag. This is done by your driving school on, yeah, on a normal day, because some driving school can be weird. So on a normal day, you take all these things I have mentioned to your driving school, and they give you a paper, which is your Führerschein Antrag, to fill out. And this is then sent to the body that controls and regulates everything, driving license, car, and yeah, everything that has to do with driving in Germany, known as the LBV or LBV in German. Step 2 will be the theory classes. Before your exam, you must visit 14 theory classes. Each of it is 45 minutes, so not 60 minutes, 45. You have 12 lessons, that is basic theory, everything driving, everything that has to do with driving security, and yeah, just everything driving, right? And then you have extra 2 lessons that focuses on the driving license class B. Now, there are different classes of driving license from A, B, C. I think C is for like truck drivers, and then you have CE, and then you have BE as well. BE is like you're allowed to drive a normal car and then have an attachment to your car. So there are different classes. So depending on the classes you are going to do, then this also means you might actually have to take extra theory lessons. But for the class B, which is literally the basic driving license, I will say you need 14 lessons. 12 are basic, and then 2 extras focuses more on the driving license class B. Most school offers their lessons in person, so they have a physical classroom at their driving school. So you get like a timetable that, oh, we're taking lesson 1 on Tuesday, lesson 2 on Wednesday. If you don't meet up, then maybe you only meet up to take lesson 1 this week, and lesson 2 you didn't stay, which means you can retake it next week or whenever they have lesson 2 as well. So until you complete these 14 lessons, you cannot do your theory exams. Okay. Step 3 is the mandatory special driving lessons. You also need 12 of these lessons, 5 being for long distance or out of town drives, 4 is for your highway, which is also known as the autobahn drives, and 3 night drives. So 5 long distance, 4 highway, 3 night drives. Other lessons and regular driving lessons just to improve your driving skills. And depending on the individual, you might need 15 to 45 driving lessons. Now, let's talk about the exam. You have to pass two exams, the theory and the practical exam. The theory exam, you get an app when you register for your school. This app contains 1,000 to 1,200 questions. Now, it's just like you playing a game, it's multiple choice. You are given scenarios, given questions, given technical questions, and you are supposed to pick an answer. When you complete this app, it shows 100%. And after that, you are allowed to take your theory exams. Some driving school provides text exam where they give you realistic questions from this app that you have learned and then see if you pass it before actually registering you for the re-exam. Now, for the re-exam, you get 30 questions out of this 1,000 to 1,200 questions that you have learned over time. In these 30 questions, each questions carry a point from 1 to 5. Now, depending on the questions, if a question have 5 points and you get two fail 5 point questions, you have failed the exam. So you are only allowed to have 10 fail points in your driving theory exam. So if you have a question that has 3 points and 4 points, you'll have 7 points, which is below 10. So you still pass your theory exam. If not, if it's above 10 or 10, you will have to retake this. And yeah, hopefully not. And then the last exam that you have to pass so that you can get your driving license in Germany is the practical exam. The practical exam consists of you, your driving teacher, yourself, and a representative of the body that controls driving and driving license in Germany, which is the LBV or LBV as well. Now, this person gives you, or the body gives you, an appointment, which is a date and time for you to do your practical exam. You show up with your driving school teacher, and the first thing they will ask you are some technical questions about your car. This prüfer or this extra person provided by the body that regulates driving license checks, do you use your seatbelt immediately you get into the car? Do you program your seats to your height and your comfortability? Do you arrange your mirrors? Stuff like that. They also ask you questions about your car, your tire pressure, where do you put your fuel, where do you put your oil, what is that? Differences. I think one asked me to turn on a particular light, and I was just like, I don't know the light you want me to turn on because my driving school car is actually quite automatic. So if it's dark, the car sensor actually sense that it's dark and turn on like a light called a tail light. No, I don't know. Don't ask me. Like, I actually don't know. But yeah, I got my driving license. But I turned on the right light for the right situation. So them asking me to turn on the light, I was just like, you people did not teach me this, so I'm not ready. But yeah, these are questions they might ask you, but this did not fail me, so calm down. And then you eventually get on to driving. The teacher gives you the prüfer at the back, which is the examinator, gives you the driving direction, tells you turn right, turn left, reverse, park, get into the autobahn, stuff like that. And then eventually, after 30 to 45 minutes, you get back to the place you started, and then he decides if you get your driving license or not. If things goes really bad, your driving test might actually stop on the way. So I don't know, maybe you hit someone or you pass a red light or something. So it might be that your driving school teacher might be the one to drive you guys back. But hopefully that is not the situation. Yeah. Another thing you should know is that if you pass your theory exam, the certificate is valid for a year. So you have a year to complete your practical exam. And if your practical exam is not complete within that 1 year, you can either extend it, and after the extension, you might have to retake and resit your theory exam. I hope this video was helpful. Share in the comment section below your experience with getting your driving license in Germany. I'm excited to read. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Mwah. Bye.